hi. I think I've pressed it. Yeah, that's all working. Cool. Um, I feel very strange doing an intro now because um, I was partway through a conversation and I just wanted to press the hit the record button because it was a really good question Dan asked. So I basically said about why I made these videos, and obviously if you're watching this back, you know that I've been making it for my partner who wants to watch these games. I'm looking for the VODs for... There we go. Oh, there's only one. Fantastic. But yeah, no, I was watching... Oh my god! Dom gave me 10 bits the other day. Oh, I gotta thank him. I didn't see that. Oh, that's really cute. I gotta do that. Oh, that's so sad. Anyways, bits is like a form of currency on Twitch. It's really cute. Anyways... Yeah, no, The Last of Us Part 2 got announced for the TV show. Or The Last of Us Season 2. And I don't know how I feel about it, because I'm on episode 2, which obviously is like the very beginning. There's like 6-7 episodes out now. I think there's 7 in a couple days. And the season finale's out, I think, next week. So, I'm very behind, but it's mainly because I am blaming my partner. I am blaming her. And she's fine with it. Like, she knows she's to blame, but I'm fine with it. You know, like, I didn't think I'd be as cool with it as I am, but I am. But no, I really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying Pedro Pascal as Joel. But season 2, I don't know how I feel about season 2, because The Last of Us Part 2 was widely controversial in itself, right? So, and if you don't know why, I'm not going to go into it, because straight off the back of this, I am playing The Last of Us Part 2, so it's... But, yeah, it's widely controversial, and... you gotta wonder, is it, like, dangerous to bring all that back again? Because, again, I'm not going to say what happened, but for people who know what happened, it divided video games. It divided everyone. Like, the thing was, right, and I'm not going to just say, The Last of Us 2 is a great game. If you're on about games, it's a great game. However, right, let me just do this a sec. If you tell someone your opinion about The Last of Us, you would have put on hang for execution. You would have been up for execution. There's no simple way of saying it, because yeah, okay, or they fix it and the series will... I'll get to that. This might be episode 0 where we just talk about like the future. We'll see how far I get into this. But with The Last of Us Part 2, if you haven't played it, what you should know is that it was widely controversial for its number of story choices. One of them being how they littered LGBTQ stuff all over the game. And the game went from this hard, gritty world of The Last of Us to kind of this, like, pride fest. And the game bounces back and forth that, and it was a very strange dynamic. Just because a lot of people felt like if it is a survival horror world where you're actively fighting for your survival, I think if you're in that world, then I don't think necessarily sexuality comes into it. I don't think anyone should care. I think religious cults, definitely a form there, because, you know, you can still have, like, you can still have cults trying to keep, like, you know, I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter recently, and, you know, like, the pure blood aspect, trying to keep, like, their cult as pure as possible, like, man, woman, only... praying sort of thing, like that would be interesting. But The Last of Us was very jumping forward, and don't get me wrong, right, this was the argument that I always like lost, because people always jump onto me and go, you just hate gays? And it's like, no, it's not a case of that. It's not a case I hate gays. It's not a case I hate bis. The thing is, as a lot of people know, I went to a filmmaking university. I studied storytelling vividly. I ran through a lot of content, and I went back to teach for a little bit. I was a technical demonstrator for a little bit, and I taught about like storytelling and filmmaking and stuff. And one of the things that I always came up, I would have killed you by now if you did it. Well, that's the thing, right? When I taught that, I only really brought this up once, just because it's a very important dynamic of storytelling, because it's just about how over intrusive your story gets. You don't want to fill it with too many. I wouldn't say negatives, because it's not a negative, but like you don't want to fill it with too much shit that doesn't need to be there. It's kind of like you're baking a cake. Like, you've got the butter, you've put the casting sugar, you put the self-raising flour, and then for some fucking reason, you've gone and put, like, I don't know, say that's a Victoria sponge, you go and put cocoa powder in there. I call it cocoa, I know it's cocoa, but the brand that we get is called cocoa for some reason. I just really find it really funny. But, yeah, it was just very strange. It was really, really, really strange. And going back to my point when I said, like, if you said you liked The Last of Us, you would be put on the death penalty. It was. If you said you liked the game, the people who hated the game came after you. And if you said you hated the game, the people who liked the game would say that you are just being very angry, and that you are against LGBTQ. This is the thing. With The Last of Us Season 2, I hope they fix a lot of the things that they didn't do necessarily. I am playing The Last of Us Part 2 hopefully next week, and I am going to like kind of recycle my feelings with that game, and just because it's almost been 3 years since I've played it. I haven't played it since I last finished it. So, and there is word of a Last of Us Part 2 director's cut with content they pulled out with Esther, which was Joel's girlfriend, or so I don't know, but she's gonna be in the game apparently. But if that is a director's cut, if there is something, it's Last of Us 10-year anniversary this year. So the thing is, we need to expect everything. Well, actually nothing, because we can't leave ourselves too high to expectations. But the thing is, in September, September 12th, I think, or 13th, it's in September. It's Outbreak Day. So I'm imagining around summertime, we're going to get a lot of news off this new multiplayer game they're making. And if they are making a Last of Us Part 2 director's cut with 8, 10, 12 more hours of content, then I expect to see that shown off there. Again, I don't know how I feel about it. The Last of Us is something that's very dear and close to my heart, as everyone knows. It's just season 2 is a very scary thing. Season 2 is a very scary thing and a very scary topic to talk about because of because of what followed. Really because of what followed. It was just summer of 2020 was not a very good year to just be a gaming fan. It wasn't. It was a horrible year to be a gaming fan. And I'm hoping, we can't just say, I hope if in Season 2. There's no ifs. They're making Season 2. I just hope the direction they take it down, rather than the hugely controversial one. By the way, that's got nothing to do with the LGBT stuff, if you're wondering what controversial thing is. It's a particular character you get to play. If they take that controversial thing and they put it in that, again, that might fracture it. Because the thing is, right, one more point before I end this. I find, okay, this is going to sound really offensive, but Americans aren't really in tune with their emotions, right? And what I mean by that is, like, good start. Let me go to the other chat, because you're all American, aren't you? You're all not in tune with your emotions, and what I mean by that is like when Ellie and Dina first. Oh wait, no, wait. I'm on about something completely different. When what can I talk about now? Um, I'm gonna do a couple spoilers. When I have my hand up like this, mute me if you don't want any spoilers. If I when I put it down, you can mute me, unmute me, but mute me now. When Dina and Ellie kissed, you all went on a rampage. And don't get me wrong, a lot of other people did as well from other nationalities, but it was mainly American audiences that video essay all over again. I'm not doing a video essay. But it was mainly just American audiences, and you'd see American videos just saying about how like this isn't my video game, and it's been like that for a very long time, and you can and no more spoilers. No more spoilers, sorry. But this goes back to the dawn of age of video games when you had like Lara Croft, big titty woman, like going throughout, like fighting crime. It was just the exact same thing. And I feel like, I wouldn't say British people are in tune with their emotions. Absolutely not. I feel Americans are the most. You're all raging. I'm sorry. You got to agree with me though. Like a lot of blown up arguments are filmed is primarily American, and then I would say British. A lot of British people tend to get very angry at very easy situations. And I was thinking about this the other day, like how many situations what was it? Like I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a dream, but I kind of like reminisced this in my dream. It was kind of like I'm thinking about leaving my job, and I was thinking about like if I said to them, like why I was leaving, they would all just slag me off, even though like there's no particular reason to. And I feel like that's just kind of the modern world we live in. And again, going to that point, isn't that just what like we suffered through 2020? That was just the Last of Us argument. It was just everyone slagging everyone off. But going back to the point of like the emotions thing, Neil Druckmann wanted people to feel anger, but I feel like artists specifically, like people who make film, people who make books or art. I'm gonna finish this up real quick. This will be my last point. I know I said that a couple times, but this will be my last point. Neil Druckmann said that the game's going to be based around anger and hatred, rather than like this game being interposed other things, which I'll talk about in the finale. But I feel like artists themselves, again, like me, I hated the game. I'm not going to say that I was in touch with my emotions back then. I was, but I was still angry at some of the suggestions and ideas they made, because this was something I was so closely connected to. I thought there were a lot of decisions they could have made, but they didn't. So you have that. Then you have the idea of like certain artists can see like, oh, this world of hatred, and they'll like look at it and go, oh, so artistic. But the Last of Us world is artistic. It is very artistic, but it's also autistic. I'm joking. I just like I confuse those. I don't confuse the words. I just like every time I say artistic, the next word to formally come out of my mouth is autistic. I am autistic. But I don't know, some people tend to look at The Last of Us and it is a piece of art, but the problem with that then is The Last of Us is it's specific. It's a specific piece of content, and that's what everything is. Everything is a specific piece of content. And look, in a couple weeks we'll see if it paid off with The Last of Us Part 2. We'll go back and we'll go, hey, you know what? It was a good game about hate. Or, hey, you know what? That was a terrible story, but I love the gameplay. We'll see. I'm going to end it there because I've been talking a lot. Look, Last of Us Season 2, really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to Season 2. I just hope that a lot of the controversial decisions they made in the last game, that completely blew up. They completely blew up the gaming world. I just hope that my hands are just up here now. They're up here. I just hope that some of the decisions they make are like they're more mediated ground. They're more focused than, oh, we're now doing this. You know. Anyways, I guess this was episode 0 because man, like I'll call it like 20 something .5. Well, what was the last episode called? 20. It's gonna be episode 26.5. So, I guess I'll see you in the actual game. Bye.